A much better approach to the DFS industry than other podcasts. The Bailiff is the best co-host out there. I give 5 stars because he drinks his water. Well, thank you for that very glorious review by D. Wasserm. And let me tell you, on this show, I'll be drinking a lot of water. It is already 3:47 Eastern. I'm exhausted, but we have a spectacular show for you today. I don't even know how to say this, guys. America's favorite game show is coming to today's episode of DG Courtroom. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's Beal or Booker, the game show. It's here. I can't wait. Let's start the freaking show. This episode of DG's Courtroom is sponsored by Draft, a daily fantasy app where your chances of winning are almost 3 times better than on FanDuel or DraftKings. On Draft, it's draft day every day. You can do a simple snake draft for one day whenever you want. Drafts take just minutes to complete. Download Draft now. Be sure to enter the promo code DFBPOD when you download to get a 100% deposit bonus. And with that, we are off. Welcome to the show for Tuesday, March 28th, 2017. A nice 8-game slate on tap. I'm your host, the Judge, Daniel Green. You can find me on Twitter at DanielAGreen1. And I was mentioning at the top of the show, today we have the first installment of America's favorite game show, Beal or Booker. I mean, it's been in the works for a while. I didn't want to say anything to you guys because I was a little nervous it wouldn't happen. We've been doing some serious contract negotiations with one of the leading game show hosts out there. I mean, you guys probably know him. It's what's his name? Chuck Dawson. So just fantastic. He agreed to host the game show, and I mean, it's just going to pick up with popularity. And I mean, I can't wait. It's a shame that I can't really. I think we're going to wait until midway through this episode until we play the Beal Booker game. But man, talk about a little tease. Before we start the show, please do 3 things for a good friend of the Judge. 1, rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. And that's only one thing. How many people are going to tweet me every day saying, that's 3 things right there? Ha, ha, ha. No, that is one thing. Rate, review, subscribe. Very important. For whatever bizarre reason, when people use metrics to rank how well podcasts are doing, they really look at if you have like iTunes reviews or reviews of wherever you're listening to the podcast. So very important. Please continue to do that. If you want, you can make them witty, make them creative. You can talk about my stuttering, my drinking water, the bailiff, whatever you want to talk about. As long as you give me 5 stars, it means a lot to me. If I can do a podcast at 4 a.m. every night, and this is what we've now had over 70 games in the regular season. I am hurting. I am struggling. The least you can do is rate, review, subscribe. Number 2. Retweet the podcast to the world. We need to grow the audience. And in February, I think we had over like 140,000 listens. In March, I don't think we're gonna. I wanted to eclipse that in March, and I don't think we're going to. March is also a tough month because a lot of people are sick of NBA. They're sick of the tanking Lakers and Sixers and all these teams. But baseball is a week and a half away, and then we have the NBA playoffs coming in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So glory is near. If you're getting a little tired of NBA, but it is super important, especially if you guys want me to continue doing podcasts for MLB through the playoffs, and especially as we move to Dash Radio. If the audience isn't there, that will not sustain the show, and then the Judge will go bye-bye. And then I can just become a quote unquote pro and get my own Vegas man and make lots more money playing DFS. So please retweet out the link when I tweet it out. That means a lot. Also, please support the sponsor. Very important. Download the app Draft. And when you do, use the promo code DFBPOD. That's DFBPOD. Remember, if you download the app, try some free contests. If you don't like it, then don't deposit any money. So no sweat off your back, right? But I really think you'll like it. It's Draft is basically doing snake drafts every day. Pick 2 guards, 2 forwards, 1 center. Boom, boom, boom. Takes like 2 minutes. It's glorious. So test it out. If you can't find out where to put the promo code, tweet at me at DanielAGreen1 and let me know your username on the app, and I will make sure you get credit. I also want to note that yesterday I did unleash my new website, dgcourtroom.com. So please check that out. Now, it's really only a soft launch. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, I decided let's wait until kind of maybe probably next regular season. But I wanted to get enough out there just to, it has some flavor, the same flavor of the podcast on the website. It's got, I think there's something called like the Bailiff's Toys. It's got the Bumble, Stumble, and Fumble team, the Stand in the Corner team, the Magic Mountain team. It's got some pretty, entertaining stuff on there. So just please check that out. Also, it's got the glorious head-to-head brackets. We're starting, remember, the Judges Chambers head-to-head bracket competition. We're starting on Wednesday, and it has the full brackets on there. There's a nice link, and you can see a beautiful bracket of all the teams that are not teams, all of the players that have made it. So lots of good stuff on there. Check it out. Any feedback's appreciated. There also is a donate button, so you don't have to give money to the judge. But if you want to support the show, not gonna lie, I do have a decent amount of expenses by doing this podcast. Contrary to many people thinking I'm making all this rolling in this money on this podcast, because a lot of people actually do listen. That's just the podcast behind the scenes. It's a nasty, nasty business. One day maybe I'll just devote a whole podcast talking about what goes on behind the scenes. So no money for the judge doing the podcast, at least yet. Hopefully, maybe one day. But if you want to donate and support the show, please do. But yeah, obviously, no pressure because you guys work hard for your money, and I do not want to take it. One also thing. So I mentioned that I am not moving. I'm also expanding to another platform, Dash Radio, which in the coming week or weeks, very soon. And the cool thing that I'm pretty sure I've got it locked down is, no pun intended, is that, as you guys know, I'm still going to be doing the show Monday through Friday, doing a podcast Monday through Friday. I'll probably also be doing a Sunday show. That's going to be at 1 to 2 Eastern on Dash. And then also, though, I'll be doing a lineup lock show from 6 to 6:30 Eastern. Now, originally that was not going to be live, but I'm currently working with the people at Dash and Almighty Baller Podcast Network to try to get that show live. So basically, you guys will be asking me, and I think that's going to happen. So I think you guys are going to be able to ask me live questions. Ask me lineup questions like Beal or Booker. Who do I play, Judge? You get to ask me all the questions that you want to ask, right before lineup lock. So that'll be very cool. I'll be able to take questions live, live on air. So I'm really looking forward to that. And remember, if you don't want to, but I do recommend you download the app on the Dash Radio app. It does have an app. But if you don't want to listen on Dash and you still just want to listen to this podcast via iTunes, via Stitcher, not change your routine, because we all like our routines, totally fine. Nothing will change for you. It's just I'm also just going to another platform basically to radio. So, but nothing is going to change for you. You can still listen to wherever you're listening to this glorious podcast right now. All right, so should we jump right into Chambers? By the way, I got to keep the show to an hour today, guys. I keep failing on this mission. Today, let's see, we started the show at 3:48 Eastern. I got to finish by 4:48 Eastern. Can we do it? I don't know, especially with Beal or Booker, that game show. Woo! I just want to play that. I just want to have the game show on, and then that's it. Then again, the game show, I don't even know if that's good, if it's that good. I think I'm biased. I just love Beal or Booker. You guys might hate it. So let's talk Chambers. And first we'll talk the head-to-head bracket madness challenge, which again was a grind to get through, to put the brackets together, do the seedings, to come up with the whole thing. Well, it took years off my life. We're going to start that on Wednesday. So hopefully, if you made the tournament, you played some head-to-head contests on Monday, and hopefully you do it again on Tuesday, because I'm keep telling you, it's a different skill than trying to take down a tournament. Even than playing a 50-50, it's a little bit different. So I recommend you play some more head-to-heads. Also, check out your competition if you want. The brackets are up on the website. I also tweeted out the brackets yesterday. So feel free to do that. Again, it is starting Wednesday, March 29th. You have one more day to bask in the glory if you made it. I will be emailing you and DMing all of you who actually made it instructions, exactly, how to. So basically what's going to go down is the higher seed is going to create a free head-to-head contest. I got some tweets about what does the higher seed mean. Higher seed means, let's say the 1 seed is playing the 16 seed. The 1 seed is going to create the head-to-head contest. If the 8 seed is playing the 9 seed, the 8 seed is going to create the head-to-head contest. And it's real easy on DraftKings and FanDuel to create a free contest. And then basically what you will be doing is, because on the bracket, everyone's name on the bracket is their username for either FanDuel or DraftKings. So it's very simple to basically create a free contest and then have an invitation to the person who you're opposed to, who you're up against on the bracket. So it's very easy. Now, also, you'll be sending a $5 entry fee to a PayPal address I will give you probably on Tuesday. So, if you have any other questions, feel free to tweet at the judge at Daniel A. Green 1. Even better, go to the new website, dgcourtroom.com. You can email me that way. Glorious. You can contact the judge in many different ways now. And then basically at the end of every night, whoever won will send me a screenshot. I will update the brackets daily, and we will go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday until we have a winner. Remember, 32 spots on DraftKings and 64 on FanDuel. So again, it's starting on Wednesday. So one more day to just kick back, play some head-to-heads, and scout your opponent. All right. How about regular chambers? You may be asking, what is chambers? And I'll tell you. But first, I can't tell you because I have to wait for something. Man, I'm telling you, these sound effects are going to kill me, guys. It's brutal. It is absolutely brutal with the sound effects. Man. By the way, I went and bought speakers today. So hopefully on the sound effects for today's show, they should be better. But it would help if I actually plug the speakers in. So I just had to do that. I'm an idiot. The judge is an idiot. All right, as I was saying. Wait, did somebody say chambers? Ah, that's right. Somebody did say chambers. That seems loud, doesn't it? I don't know. How's that? A little better? Yeah. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I can hear it. The speakers are blaring over here. It's like a jam session. By the way, I forgot to mention. So, hopefully you guys have listened to the podcast. That's where it wasn't the judge. Someone is singing, made up some lyrics to the song "One Shining Moment." I don't know. I think they're kind of funny lyrics. But whoever did this, like I let the person come in my apartment to do it, and he did it. It was like 3-4 in the morning, and my neighbor could freaking hear everything. And my neighbor is a super stunning, basically a model. I don't know what kind of modeling she does, but some type of modeling. I mean, she's gorgeous, like this 24-year-old Russian, hot Russian. Basically, she heard the entire freaking thing, and like the next day I saw her, and she's like, "What were you singing until like 4 in the morning?" Just humiliating. Then again, I don't know. Maybe she was someone impressed. I don't know. But yeah. So my hot neighbor heard me singing Luther Vandross. I heard someone singing Luther Vandross. I told her it wasn't me. Anyway, I digress. Chambers for Monday. What is Chambers, you may ask? Well, it's only the greatest DFS tournament in the land. People line up for years to gain entry. The demand is through the roof. You come, you try to dominate, you achieve glory. You make the power rankings. You can die happy man or happy woman. So the winners on Monday, we had 2 of them on FanDuel. Unfathomable. A score of 339. Some big scores on Monday. Some big scores. He barely beat out Bay Ridge Bookie by about 1 point. By the way, Bay Ridge Bookie's an 8 seed in my bracket, in the judges' bracket. I think on the NASCAR bracket in FanDuel. Could be a potential second-round foe. All right, the other winner on FanDuel, Big E. You know him as Jack and M. Monster score of 356.5. Congrats, my friend. Big score. He had some Magic Mountain monsters in there. Took it down. DraftKings. I love you, DraftKings. I don't forget you. I said I didn't forget you. The winner, Australia 83. This guy's a good player. He's a dominant player. I'm telling you, the people we have in Chambers, it's unbelievable the scores they're putting up. I cashed easily in all my DraftKings GPPs, and I finished like 10th in DraftKings Chambers. I'm sick of doing this podcast and having you guys take me down. I'm done with it, teaching you all my tricks. But I think Australia 83. I think he's a 2 seed in the NCAA Judges Chambers tournament. I think maybe he's a 1 seed. I don't know. But he's a good player. Took it down 327. That's a big score on DraftKings. Second place, S Smasher. That's right, S Smasher. And third place, a regular. He goes by Thal. I said Thal, Thall, 0717. Congrats to everyone who cashed in Chambers land on Monday. The judge salutes you. All right, that's Chambers. Whew, man, I'm like sweating. I was like jamming to that music. I hope you, with the speakers, at least in my own apartment, the sound effects were a lot better. Now, you guys should let me know if the sound effects were hopefully better coming through on the podcast as well. It's tough to figure out exactly how it's going to sound. I did some testing before the show, but I wasn't sure. I also accidentally ate some dog food before the show, so I'm a little out of it. I'm all out of sorts today. I literally was eating like some disgusting chicken nuggets that I made on my George Foreman grill in my left hand. In my right hand, I had dog treats because the bailiff wanted he wanted some of those chicken nuggets. So I was basically, and then I also was trying to prepare for the show. And also the research that went into Beeler Booker was intense. Man, Chuck Dawson, he's man, what a negotiator he is. But anyway, so I'm eating the chicken nugget with my left hand. I got the dog treats in my right hand. At one point, my right hand went to my mouth, and I bit down right on the dog treat, and it was pretty disgusting. And the bailiff looked at me like, "What the F? That's my mother effing treat." So I had to give him a chicken nugget. All right, next up is wow, we're already here. An Emmy-nominated segment. I mean, this, it's weird because I think Beeler Booker, that's going to be more for like the, just the regular audience. But Dream Lovers, Dream Killers, Dream Lovers, I should say. So I got to put the killers first. I mean, this is more a critically acclaimed part. So I think like the critics love this. I don't know if the viewers love Dream Killers or Dream Lovers, but it is critically acclaimed. So it's been nominated for an Emmy. And what's it called again? It's called Dream Killers and Dream Lovers. Man, later I do the show. It's hard to hold that last note. So I actually had to do. I was a guest on a different podcast earlier tonight. So we're gonna go an old school route. I was only able to watch a few of the games. So hey, it's like one of the Roto Trashes podcasts. We're gonna do some box score reading on this slate or this night. But I did watch a few of the games. The gavel was about to be thrown. If I honestly, I don't know how many more Pistons games can we watch. It's just, man, made the Knicks look like a title contender. Anyway, let's go quickly game by game. Talk about some Dream Killers, Dream Lovers on each. Toronto destroyed Orlando. I mean, there was a weird slate, man. I mean, every slate's weird, but you had some games that were supposed to be low over-unders, like Toronto, Orlando. Man, what the over-under ended up being over 250 or 240. It was crazy. Toronto did somewhat blow them out, but there were guys on both sides that got relatively big minutes. For Toronto, DeMar frickin' DeRozan, he continues to put up big numbers. He shot really well, 13 for 21 for him. Got 14 free throws as well, 36 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He was a dream lover. He wasn't great, but on this slate, if you got guys that hit value, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, so he was totally fine. I mentioned on the show yesterday, one of my sneaky ninjas, Corey Joseph, he was a dream lover. I played him again. I played him in all my head-to-heads and cash games on Tuesday. He came through again for me. 29 minutes, 6 for 10 from the floor, 15 points, and 13 assists. Now, I didn't know he'd give me 13 assists. Also, to me, he's only a cash game player, so I didn't really play him in many tournaments. And that cost me because he was in every winning GPP lineup that I saw. He was an absolute dream lover. I think the one person who won the FanDuel Chambers, the only one who played him in Chambers, took down Chambers. And Corey Joseph, he was excellent. And has he been excellent since Lowry's been out? No, but he's been consistently good. And he had a good game. Some of you guys played Valanciunas, and I object to that. You guys, it actually paid off. How you guys knew Casey would give him 27 minutes. That's the best case scenario. And if Valanciunas ever gets minutes, of course he's going to destroy Vucevic, and he did. He shot 7 of 9 in 27 minutes. There's 17 points, 9 rebounds. At his price, that's smashes value. PJ Tucker did what he did best. He bumbled and stumbled and fumbled his way into hitting value. 33 minutes, 5 freaking shots, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. It was ugly, but he got there. For Orlando, man, I'm telling you, normally they're dream killers, and even though they got blown out, they were fine. I guess, I mean, Vucevic was okay. Well, I guess he wasn't a dream. He wasn't either. I guess he was maybe a little bit of a dream killer, but he was still okay. 12 points, 15 boards, 4 assists. Alfred Payton was great again. I'm telling you, maybe we have to. He has to be removed from Magic Mountain. He's 31 minutes, 8 for 12, 22 points, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He was great, man. I saw him in a lot of winning lineups. Terrence Ross, I played a lot of him. He was good again. 17 points, 4 steals, 2 rebounds. Shot 8 of 14. So, as much as these Orlando guys, the weird part is Orlando, they shot really well as a team. They shot close to 50%, and they still got blown out. So, there was not a lot of defense going on in that game. But also not many dream killers. If you played anyone in that game, they didn't kill your lineup, and that's always a good sign. Even Serge Buster Ibaka did okay. Detroit, New York. Now, if you played guys in this game, they killed your lineups, especially Detroit guys. KCP, wow. Thank God he scored some points late because he was sitting at around, 6 FanDuel points like late in the fourth quarter, and he stumbled and bumbled his way to 14 FanDuel points, which still sucks. The Pistons are a walking garbage bin. They could be the worst team in the NBA. If they played Brooklyn right now, I would favor Brooklyn by 22 points. Detroit's they hate each other. They don't want to play. They want the season to end immediately. I don't know what the hell I'm watching. Everyone was a mess. Tobias Harris sucked. Marcus Morris sucked. He fouled out in 30 minutes. Drummond was sleeping and only played 25 minutes. Ish Smith was okay. He got the start. Also before the game, so Reggie Jackson was ruled out due to quote-unquote rest. What the hell is he tired from? He's been playing 17 minutes a game for the last 2 months. So I'm not. And then I heard conflicting things. I heard maybe he has a knee issue, and also maybe he's just tired. I don't know what the hell it is, or just the Pistons hate his guts and they want to shut him down for the year. So Reggie Jackson's already been ruled out for Tuesday because that's right, guys. Detroit's playing again on Tuesday's freaking slate, so we got to deal with these bums again. But Ish was fine. I'll be interested to see what I bet you Ish's price is still going to be the same because the game was underway by the time Reggie Jackson was ruled out, I think, for tomorrow. So we'll see what Ish's price is in a minute for Tuesday. But he's probably going to be an excellent play because he was dirt cheap and he put up over 30 FanDuel points. He was almost a lock and load play. Once Reggie was ruled out, they really don't have a backup point guard to Ish Smith. I guess they have Bino Udrih, but come on, are you really going to play Bino Udrih? The Pistons are still fighting for an 8 seed, although fighting, using that term freaking loosely, it's just disgraceful from that entire team. I thought Stan Van Gundy was a good coach too, so I don't know what he did to make them all check out. Because it's a team that clearly hates each other and does not want to play another second of basketball. For the Knicks, man, Carmelo, we heard for weeks. Not weeks, but at least for days, we've heard Hornacek wants to limit Carmelo's minutes now because the Knicks are out of contention. There's no reason to play these guys. Carmelo played 35 minutes. Derek frickin' Rose played 33 minutes. Courtney Lee played 33 minutes. And it was basically a blowout, so they didn't even need to play that many minutes. If the game was close, they could have played. They maybe would have played 40 minutes. The only good news out of this is Porzingis did play 37. Hernangomez only got 27. But, it was basically Dream Lover City. Basically Hornacek's rotation was as if this game was a playoff game for the Knicks. All the starters got big minutes. All year long, it hasn't been the case for them. So, just this is, it kind of makes you want to go crazy on one hand because you're like, where the hell did this come from? Now, if Hornacek could have had this rotation all year long, it would have been great. But Porzingis was really good. He shot 10 of 16, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. So filled up the stat sheet, had over 40 FanDuel points. He was great. Carmelo shot well, 8 of 15, 21 points, 5 assists, 3 steals. His price is down across the industry. So I played zero Carmelo. If you played him, you probably did okay. It's not a monster line, but he played well. Derrick Rose, if you went to jail on Monday, you probably did well. Now the problem is you had a couple other guys like Ish Smith and Corey Joseph go nuts. So Rose may not have been a dream lover, but he was close. 27 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 4 rebounds, and he shot well, 12 of 17. So a good game from him. Hernangomez, I wish he would have got more minutes. He didn't get a lot of touches in the game when I was watching. That was a little disappointing. Also, not many rebounds. Why can't big guys grab rebounds anymore? So Hernagoma, 6 of 9 from the floor, 15 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was good, not great. I'm not calling him a dream lover, but at least he wasn't a dream killer. San Antonio, Cleveland. I'm not even going to talk about this freaking game because I'll lose my mind. Cleveland lost by 30, and it wasn't even that close. LeBron went out with like a fake injury in the fourth quarter. How the Cavs couldn't show up and play hard against the Spurs in this game, it's a little puzzling. It's a little disconcerting. It's upsetting. Not to mention this was the best over/under game of the night. We were all looking forward to watching Kawhi play LeBron. Kawhi was great. He was still a dream lover in limited minutes because they blew him out. So this game was a complete disappointment. If you tried to play Kyrie, that did not work out. Dream killer, LeBron, dream killer, Kevin Love, dream killer, and any freaking Cav, it was a mess. And the Spurs, a lot of those guys didn't get enough minutes either. I mean, Kawhi got close to 50 Fandle points, but only played 20, 30 minutes. And LaMarcus Aldridge was okay. He didn't kill your lineups. He didn't shoot well. Only shot 4 of 11. Kawhi took 21 shots. That was the good thing. So Kawhi came out really aggressive. The last week it's been LaMarcus's show, and Kawhi's taking a back seat. So it was good to see Kawhi's usage go up. If you played Dedmon in 20 minutes, dude got 8 points and 13 boards. So he was pretty good too. OKC Dallas. This was probably the best game to watch. Westbrook is just so amazing. He scored like the last 12 points for OKC down the stretch. Hit the game-winning shot. Just remarkable. Even in a slow turtle emoji game with OKC won 92-91, Westbrook had like close to 70 Fandle points, 37 points, 13 boards, 10 assists, two steals. He was tremendous. Steven Adams was his usual dream-killing Edward Scissorhands self. Now he did bumble and stumble into putting up a decent line, I guess. 8 points, 6 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks. The problem is Westbrook does take like 5 or 6 of his rebounds every night. Other than that, for OKC, there's no one ever to play. If you guys want to play Oladipo, go ahead. To me, what's the point? He did about as well as he could do, and he took 15 shots. So, but I mean, 15 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. That's a nice line, right? But is that going to win a tournament for you? I don't know. I just don't think it's going to. Cantor only got 17 minutes, so not enough for him. So he was a dream killer if you tried to play Cantor. Memphis, Sacramento. These last 2 games, Memphis, Sacramento, and New Orleans, Utah. A lot of us were scared of. A lot of us wanted to avoid. As the day progressed on Monday, I became more and more excited by these games, especially because for Memphis, Marc Gasol was out, so put some guys in play. Zebo was a chalk. He was super cheap across the industry, so you got him at a low price at a discount starting. And quite honestly, he had a really good game, and he shot horribly. He was 5 for 18 from the floor. If he would have made his shots, he would have had like 50, 60 Fandle points. As is, he had 17 points, 15 boards, 2 assists. I think he was close to 40 Fandle points. I mean, he really could have had 50 on this slate. I wanted to go all in, but because it was a Memphis back-to-back and Zach Randolph is 74 years old, I tried to fade him a little bit, but the judge tried to get too cute. I should have played 100% Zach Randolph because he was in a great spot. The price was just too low. If he was $6K, I think fading him, I would have felt a lot better about it. But he was like $5.2K on some sites, and that was too cheap. Conley, again, didn't shoot well either. By the way, Sacramento won this game. Memphis stinks. I keep telling you guys, they have 2 people. They have Conley and Gasol, maybe Zach Randolph. They have 0 talent on this team. So in Sacramento actually does have some young talent. So this is actually Sacramento keeps winning games because they do have some talented young guys. Conley shot poorly, 8 for 23, 22 points, 9 assists. I love the usage rate. Just didn't work out if you played him. For Sacramento, Darren Collison. I had a lot of him, especially on DraftKings. He was really good. 37 minutes. Again, the thing with Sacramento is you got to figure out who's playing, right? So I think before the game, Tyreek Evans got ruled out, and Afalo got ruled out. Papa Big Daddy got ruled out. So, opened up more minutes for guys like Collison and Buddy Hield and Temple and even Kufis if you wanted to play him. So some Sacramento guys had good nights. Collison was great. 23 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. And that's about it. Temple didn't shoot the ball well. Buddy Hield was okay. The problem is Buddy Hield's not cheap anymore, so he probably was a dream killer. Only 14 points, 4 rebounds. Cauley Stein was okay. 33 minutes, 12 points, 9 boards, 3 assists. Only 6 shots. I would like to see the usage go up, but the problem is he doesn't have much of an offensive game. So if the game is going to be a slow down game, you can't really throw it to him in the post. And that's about it. So the last game of the night, New Orleans, Utah, and man, fantasy gold here. The key to this slate was one Anthony Tin Man Davis. Now, I don't even think DeMarcus Cousins was questionable. I don't think we found out if he was going to play until after lineup lock. But to me, I love things like that because I love taking the chance. No one likes uncertainty. So that means you got Anthony Davis at a reduced ownership. I think he was, around 20% owned or something like that. Now, ideally, not a great matchup against Utah. But Utah's banged up. No favors. I mean, so who's going to guard Anthony Davis? I mean, maybe Gobert. But a guy like Ingles is probably going to have to do some of it. Joe Johnson. So Davis was in a better spot than expected. Still not a slam dunk by any stretch of the imagination. Although without Cousins, you knew his usage was going to go way up. But he was tremendous. 36 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He had over 70 points on 70 FanDuel points. So if you didn't play him, you didn't win a car. You didn't take home the big money. On the Utah side, Dream Lovers there as well. Rodney Hood was great. He was dirt cheap, and 30 minutes for him, that's gold. 7 for 16. So didn't even shoot that well, but 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Like 30 FanDuel points for Rodney Hood at his price. That's like 8 times his salary. So it was tremendous. And Joe Ingles, if you gambled that Gordon Hayward was going to be out, and he was, Ingles came through with like 28 FanDuel points. So it was a great play. 7 for 13, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He was tremendous. Or maybe tremendous is strong, but he was really good. And the guy who's just been a monster for the last couple of weeks, his price keeps going up, and you should continue to play him. And that's Rudy Gobert. I mean, man, 40 minutes, doesn't get a lot of shots, but he makes every one because they're all dunks. 8 for 11, 20 points, 19 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 5 blocks. Him and Anthony Davis were in every winning lineup I saw. So, from that game, it's weird that you could be so excited about a New Orleans-Utah game. And also the pace of that game was much better than expected. I think the over-under was like 196, 198, and it ended up being close to like 208. Not close to it was 208 because Utah won 108-100. So that game ended up being a lot better than expected. All right. Injury news for Tuesdays. Delicious Tuesdays, a really good 8-game slate. So we're in a good city. We're in like, I don't know where we are. I don't know. It's too late to think of a good city, but maybe Chicago. We're in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago's a good city. Maybe we're in Chicago. 8-game slate, but lots of delicious over-unders. So actually, you know what? No, we need to be in a smaller city, but with like a really booming nightlife or something like that. Because 8 games is not. Chicago needs to be like a 10-game slate for Chicago. Chicago is a big city. Injury news though. Reggie Jackson, he's quote unquote resting on Tuesday. Taurean Prince is, I think he's an expected starter for Atlanta. So, not sure who's Atlanta going to start. Because remember, Millsap is out and Bazemore is still out. Oh, and Cephalos's is out. So, man, Atlanta's really banged up. Atlanta's what? They've lost 7 in a row? I think that's right. I don't even remember. Every team in the East, the bottom 4 teams in the East are all just garbage. Atlanta's a mess right now, though. Wow. Without no Bazemore, Cephalosha, or Millsap, man, talk about the value there. I mean, Ersan, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Taurean Prince are all going to be elite plays. Ugh. Maybe not elite plays. Okafor is still questionable with his right knee. I mean, just shut him down for the year. What are you guys doing? Joe Harris is out with a left shoulder for Brooklyn, and Brandon Ingram is doubtful with a knee injury. So, not a ton of injury news, but it's somewhat interesting. All right, let's take a little trip to Vegas, shall we? All right, so there's some really high over-unders. I mean, yesterday the highest over-under was what, 212, 215, that Cleveland-San Antonio game. not Tuesday. You got Golden State, Houston, 234 over under. Woo-wee! Good game. What else can I say? I mean, no Durant, so maybe finally we can play some Warriors. Houston's favored by 1.5. The game should stay close. Could stack the hell out of this game. Curry, Clay, Draymond for Golden State, obviously. Iguodala's been actually excellent lately. And then Houston, again, for games like this, high over-unders, a lot of times I like the peripheral pieces. So while everyone else will flock to Curry, flock to Harden, flock to those guys, sure, you can play them. But I like some of the cheapies. Give me the Arizas, the Lou Williams, the Eric Gordons, the Iguodalas. A lot of times my favorite thing to do is get the cheap pieces, guys who are value plays in super fast, high over-under games. Would it surprise me if like 4 or 5 guys, hit like 8, 9 times their salary in that game? No, it would not. We just got to pray that game stays close. Denver, Portland, man, this game is amazing. The real-life implications. Are these two teams tied for the 8 seed right now? If not, they're like a game within each other. So both a must-win for both teams. Portland's favored by 2, a 226 over-under. We know who's going to get all the minutes. On Portland, it's Dame Judi Dench, McCollum, Nurkic. Oh, God, Mo Harkless, Noah Vonleh, no one is freaking Arc, who killed me a couple nights ago. And then you got the Denver. Obviously, we know who's going to – I don't even see them on the injury news, so I think they're all healthy. But you got Jameer Nelson and Gary Harris and Barton and Chandler and Gallo and Jokic and Plumlee. So the minutes are somewhat of an issue because Denver's, as fully healthy, they're not as appealing to play, but still a nice game. Washington Lakers, 226 over under. Woo, another delicious game. The only concern here is a little bit of a blowout concern. Washington is a 9-point favorite, but hell, we know the Lakers are going to play their starters big minutes anyway. So Clarkson, Fat Russell, not Fat Russell, Fat Randall, D'Angelo Russell, Zubac. Those guys are going to get some big minutes. With Ingram out, I don't know who's going to pick up his minutes, but I got to think about that. But Washington, obviously, if that game stays close, Wall, Beal, Markieff, Gortat, those guys can put up big numbers. Philly, Brooklyn, another really good game, 221. Brooklyn does play at the fastest pace in the league. Philly, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. They've been doing some weird things lately, so that team makes me nervous. Probably tournaments only if I'm playing anyone from Philly right now. Phoenix, Atlanta. Atlanta's been a mess, but dear God, I mean, look at Phoenix. Phoenix has shut down half their team. Devin Booker got 70 points a couple days ago. But I don't remember what day was that? 'Cause I don't think I did a podcast the day after. But from Phoenix, we know who's going to get the big minutes there. It's Tyler Ulis, it's Booker, Warren, it's Chris, Len, Big Sauce Williams, and for the Hawks, I mean, dealing with the Hawks are still 7.5-point favorites with all those injuries. That shows you how much Vegas thinks of Phoenix. So man, there's people to attack in that game. Then there's Minnesota, Indiana, 208 over under, Milwaukee, Charlotte, 203. Then Miami, Detroit, 201. I mean, this Miami Detroit game, playoff implications. Milwaukee, Charlotte, that's playoff implications too. So, man, telling you, man, this slate, it's fire, fantastic. All right, you guys know I love 3 things: pace, usage, and my favorite, the bailiff. I like to attack teams playing up in pace because that means there's more possessions and the guys on that team are underpriced for that particular slate. Philadelphia playing way up in pace. Atlanta way up in pace against Phoenix. Houston up in pace against Golden State. Surprising. Oh, that's more of a projected pace issue, which I don't have time to get into for the purposes of this show. And then Golden State also up in quote-unquote projected pace a little bit. And that's about it. So really just Philly and Atlanta are the 2 teams playing up in pace that I'd want to attack. All right, let's hop into the top plays at each position. Or some people say the top plays at each position. All right, so wow. What's that? Something's coming in my ear. I guess we're ready. All right, we are ready. This is the first installment of America's favorite game show. It's called Beal or Booker, and the host of this show is Chuck Dawson. So I guess I'm just going to throw it to Chuck, and he's going to do his thing. So enjoy the show, guys, and and I'll see you back in a couple minutes. And here we go. All right, Chuck, here you go. Take it away. All right. Thanks, Chuck. I hope you guys like that. That's the first installment of Beeler Booker. I thought, by the way, I thought Aunt Betty and Little Jimmy, they gave good answers. But that's the key to the game Beeler Booker, guys. The answer is always both of these contestants. It's like it's the dirty secret of doing like these types of podcasts. The answer to all these players, it's always both. But all right, so getting back to Waller, Curry, honestly, they really did give a decent analysis. Wall, a little worried about the blowout here. Wall still is a little bit overpriced as well. But the Lakers, perfectly fine. Worst defense, in the league, or second worst defense. Give up third most points to point guards. So Wall, perfectly fine. Any format you friggin' want on this slate. Curry against Houston, yes, a lot of us are going to be worried about Patrick Beverley defense. And am I a little bit worried? I am, because Curry's a little Bia. You know what? So also, without Durant though, it's still fine. If me personally, to me, Wall is the cash game play here, and Curry is more the tournament guy. Wall is just all year long. Wall's at a safer floor. This slate's not going to change that for me, even though I am cognizant of the fact that Golden State Houston does have a higher over/under game, and it'd be foolish if you're a tournament guy and you roll out a bunch of lineups and you don't have Curry in at least one of them. Jrue Dench Lillard, 9.4K. He against Denver guards. I love to attack Denver guards. This is a must-win game. So Lillard, to me, if you don't have the money to pay for Wall, Lillard is super safe right now for all formats. He's kind of more of a cash game player because he doesn't get you a ton of assists. He's not going to have that big 12 assist game you really need him to have. But it's Denver, so he could go nuts. He's going to take a lot of shots. Perfectly fine. Man, if I had to rank these first three for cash, I guess I'd go, it is so close. I guess I actually go Lillard 1 for the savings, Wall 2, Curry 3. But man, all three of those guys, I mean, you have some studs, and they're all in elite spots. Kemba Walker, I'm not a fan of attacking Milwaukee guards. Kemba is coming off a 50 FanDuel point night. Now, it was against Phoenix. Phoenix is just, we talk about, tanking teams. They're the epitome of that right now. So, now he gets the Bucks. The Bucks are battling to make the playoffs. It's a tough matchup. He's going to be matched up against Dellavedova and Brogdon. Those are decent defenders. With that said, Charlotte's still hanging in there, barely for the 8th seed. So I don't mind. It's a nice contrarian move. You need to play him and hope that he somehow outscores or gets close to Lillard, Curry, and Wall. Is it possible? Yes. Is it unlikely? Yes, it's unlikely. Ricky Rubio, 7.7K. Rubio has been pretty consistent since the All-Star break. Since Zach LaVine went out. But on this slate, I just prefer other guys. I don't mind it, but I'd rather either spend low or give me Lillard, Curry, Wall. So Rubio is just at least right now, I'm not fitting into a ton of my lineups. Although I'll play one Rubio, and of course, if you play Rubio, correlate, team him up with a Wiggins or a Towns. Dragic, this Miami-Detroit game sickens me to death. Now, because DFS is cruel, I'm certain there's someone from this damn game is going to be in a winning GPP lineup. I like recency bias. Dragic is coming off a really bad game, so I'm going to play him in one stinking lineup. Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan of it, although I think the price is fair. Jeff Teague, 7.3K, whatever. The slate dictates who we play, right? So this slate, he's fine. It's just again, I prefer to either spend up or spend down a little bit. And the 7K range, we could do the Beeler Booker game again for Teague or Dragic and Rubio. They're all right around, and Schroeder. They're all around that 7.2 to 7.7K price range. Out of those, give me Dennis. Dennis is 7.2K. Atlanta's lost 7 straight, I think. Now he gets Phoenix. We just saw who the hell just put up 50 against Phoenix. I just said it a second ago, and I can't even remember. I think it was Kemba. So now Schroeder's giving you 40, or Schroeder is giving you 40 FanDuel points his last 2 games. Remember, Atlanta is missing everyone, so his usage rate is going through the roof. So yeah, if there's a 7K point guard I'm playing, it's gonna be Dennis Schroeder. That's Atlanta needs to win. By the way, Atlanta's not even a lock to make the playoffs, so they need to win a game too. So really good spot for him. D'Angelo Russell, I don't mind it. 6.5K, a nice tournament play. You can stack this Lakers Washington game. Wall is a better defender than people give him credit for. And I prefer Dennis Schroeder to Russell, but Russell's usage rate is still really good, so I don't mind it in tournaments. Tyler Johnson's been quietly put together a couple games. 2 of the last 3 has been really good. But on this slate, do I envision him being in the winning lineup? I do not. Tyler Ulis, why not? He's 6K, so it's relatively expensive, but he gets like 40 freaking minutes a night. Phoenix has no one else to play. He takes a decent amount of shots. If he's making them, he's going to put up a monster line because he's going to get you assists, going to get you some steals. He stumbles and bumbles. He gets more rebounds than Steven freaking Adams. So Eula's fine for all formats. And my favorite part of this matchup, who is he playing? Dennis Schroeder, the worst defender in the world. So you could even stack this Phoenix-Atlanta game. Like I'll have one lineup with the Tyler Ulis, Dennis Schroeder as my 2 point guards. Clarkson's a sneaky ninja play here, 5.9K. He's $600 cheaper than Russell. He could outscore Russell. He's been relatively consistent, giving you between. This guy's he's Magic Mountain too, because he's basically his floor is like 20, but the ceiling's like 50. So nice tournament play. He's going to be overlooked on this slate, so I don't mind that for tournaments. Jeremy Lin, is he even alive? Yeah, I guess he is, because he had 38 FanDuel points last game against Atlanta. Who do you attack? Dennis Schroeder. Lynn against Philly, against McConnell, make out McConnell. I don't mind that. No one's going to play Lynn on this slate. To take down a tournament, I want a low-owned guy who has upside. Now, does Lynn have a ton of upside? No. If this was, I'd feel better if it was a 5-game slate. On this 8-game slate, point guard is loaded. So I don't love the play, but it's fine. I mean, I do think he'll hit like 4 or 5 times the salary. Other than that, this is not the day to go crazy with savings. Although Jameer Nelson, I don't mind him at 5K. Remember, Denver needs to win games, so they need professional basketball players. So he will play close to 30 minutes, and he could get between 20 and 30. Is that enough to win a tournament? I don't know, but is it fine for cash games? I think it is. Now the problem is there's a point guard who's probably better for cash games, and that's Ish Smith. He's 4.5K against Miami. Not the best matchup in the world, but no Reggie Jackson. He played 35 minutes against the Knicks, 31 FanDuel points. He should do that again against Miami. Miami is a good defending team, especially on the perimeter with Dragic and Tyler Johnson and Josh Richardson. So not an easy matchup, but Detroit has no one else to play. So he's going to get a ton of minutes. Shooting guard. James Harden, 12.5K. I mean, I could do my can't miss play of the day on him on this fat Cheeto stuffing face, but that just seems too easy to do. He's obviously in an elite spot. This game should stay close. It's his former team. Yeah, so if you want to play him, go ahead. Will I have 100% exposure? No, because I like this slate, and I like a lot of the cheaper guys from this game. So I don't know. Right now, I'd probably have like 40% James Harden. He's not cheap. He's 12.5K. So if you play him again on FanDuel, the rest of your lineup, you only have 5.9K left per player. Giannis is 10.3K. I don't want to play him much at all. But 2 of the last 3, he did have over 60 FanDuel points. So, if he outscores Harden on this slate, you got a huge advantage because Harden is going to be, double the ownership of Giannis easily. So, a fine tournament play. Bradley Beal, 7.8K. You can play any wizard you want against the Lakers. Worried a little bit about the blowout. Beal's not cheap, but he's fine. Devin Booker. Now, Devin Booker, what happens if he scores 70 actual points in real life and 90 FanDuel points? Your price goes up. So he's now 7.6K. Do I want to pay that price for him against Atlanta? I'm not horrified by it. It's still, it's fine. Is he a cash game play for me? Probably not, even though, again, Phoenix has no one else to play, so he's locked into tons of minutes right now, and it's hard to envision how can he get less than 30, 35 FanDuel points. And then if he's making his shots, he could put up another big line. And who do we like to attack from Atlanta? Atlanta guards. Now, originally, I would think Cephalosha could guard Devin Booker. Cephalosha's out. So Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be guarding him. Taurean Prince. It's a good matchup for Booker. Man, I'm drinking lots of Gatorade. Today I have a fruit punch Gatorade. Man, my voice is killing me. I did this other podcast earlier today. Doing 2 podcasts in a day, that's brutal. Especially the solo podcast is so hard, guys. I'm telling you, man. Just talking to yourself, and you get no break. Like there's just no downtime to take sips of water and open up a tab and do anything. Klay Thompson, 7K. Very good spot for him. But while Beverly will be guarding Curry, who's going to guard Klay? Eric Gordon, Ariza. They're going to try to use on him. Harden. I guess they would start with Harden, right? So Klay's been shooting the lights out. He's been shooting really well lately. I don't know if people have been noticing because Golden State, they ruined DFS but he's in an elite spot here. Golden State's still blowing everyone out. So Klay has been playing a ton of minutes. If he gets I guess he's got 35 minutes against Memphis, but if this game stays close, he should be fine. He can give you. The problem is he's a one-trick pony, but the floor is around 28 FanDuel points. If he gets hot, he can give you 40, 45, 50. So it's fine. Oh man, the Beal or Booker game we could do again with Thompson McCollum. Or we could do it with Booker or Beal. I mean, the funny part is you really couldn't do the Booker Beal game anymore because Beal's price got too high. It was about over $1,000 more than Booker, but now Booker had that big game. Now they're basically the same price again. So CJ McCollum is 6.9K, and that's too cheap. Too cheap for him. He gets Denver. We love to attack Denver shooting guards. So yes, Gary Harris is a fine defender, but yeah, that's too cheap for CJ McCollum. I think him and Lillard are going to take lots of shots, and I love that play on this slate. Man, shooting guard. Normally shooting guard we don't like. On this slate, if you put in CJ McCollum and Klay Thompson as your 2 cash game guards, totally fine with that. Man, Gary Harris, 6.1K. It's just the slate dictates what I do. So so he's fine. The last 2 games he's been subpar. Now that Denver is fully healthy, so I would prefer to just go other routes. Will Barton, same thing with him. It's just not the right slate for him, in my opinion. Although I do like attacking Portland guards, so I'd probably play both those guys in one lineup each. Tim Hardaway Jr., 5.9K. Yeah, sign me up. Who the hell's going to score? Who's going to shoot for Atlanta? Tell me. I'm waiting. No one. Dennis Schroeder. That's it. I mean, Dwight Howard's going to try to get the ball. So Tim Hardaway Jr., elite play. I mean, you can save $2,000 from Bradley Beal and Booker and play Tim Hardaway Jr. To me, safe for all formats in this slate. Then you got in this Golden State Houston game, Eric Gordon's 4.9K. That's, if you want a nice cheap piece from that game, there you go. Also, Lou Williams, 4.6K. Now, Lou Williams went nuts last game. Eric Gordon started because Ryan Anderson was out. I think Ryan Anderson's going to play in this game. I think. I hope he's out. If Ryan Anderson's out, Gordon and Lou Williams are elite plays. If Anderson plays, those guys are still good plays. It's not elite, but they're so cheap. And if they get hot, they can put up a big number. Josh Richardson is still down here at 4.6K. Deion Waiters is still out. Josh Richardson is still starting. Jay Rich has basically become like Corey Joseph light. I've been using him in cash games. He's been coming through for me. It's nothing spectacular. Earlier this year, I thought he'd have a bust out year. It hasn't happened. He's lost confidence. He can't make a shot, but he's still stumbling, fumbles his way to getting around 20, 25 Fandom points, and he's playing big minutes. KCP, wow. It's just, I don't know what the fuck. Oh, so I didn't swear. Did not swear. I caught myself. Although I should swear. I should just go on just an epic swearing rampage because KCP, 3 straight games, 15, 11, 9 Fando points. That's not even conceivable if you're getting 30 minutes a night. Tournaments only. That's about it. And you got guys like LeVert down here. LeVert's 4K. I mean, dirt cheap. Small forward. Paul George, he's been better. But do I want to pay 8.6K for Paul George in this slate? Not really. I prefer to spend my money elsewhere, but he's fine if you want to do it. Wiggins. So Wiggins is playing Paul George. Nice little matchup there. Except Wiggins is what? 1.6K cheaper? Could Wiggins outscore Paul George? Yeah. So in my opinion, Wiggins might be the better play out of the two. At least in tournaments. Covington is 6.7K in this Philadelphia-Brooklyn game. I don't know what to make of Covington. The last 3 games, the minutes have not been great. They're hovering around 30. And, if he gets 40 minutes, he's an elite play. At 30 minutes, he's still a good play, but he's expensive now. He's not cheap. So tournaments only. He does have big upside, though. But Philadelphia is fully cognizant they have to lose games. If you look at the standings, Philly has to lose. Now, Brooklyn, they don't have a draft pick, so Brooklyn doesn't matter. Brooklyn's trying to win, and they've been playing great. So, Covington, if they weren't taking, he'd be a really, really, really good play against Brooklyn because Brooklyn, fastest team in the league in pace, and can't play defense. Gallinari, he's one of, if you're going to play a guy from Denver, he might be one of the safest. Last game, Denver got blown up by New Orleans, so I'm not looking at that. He had 42 Fando points against Indiana. Now, the problem is all year long, he's been more of a cash game guy, though, just not a huge ceiling. TJ Warren, totally fine. Lock and load, man. These Phoenix guys. Warren and Booker, they're locked, and Ulis locked into monster minutes and monster usage. So totally fine with that play. All freaking formats. And I love the fact that Cephalosha's out. So love Warren. Then you got Middleton and Chandler. They're both fine. Otto Porter's price has come down. He's had some bad games. He gets the Lakers now. It's a little sneaky play here for Otto Porter. He's lost some minutes to Bogdanovich. Ariza, 5.4K. Totally fine there to use Ariza. He went nuts last game. And he's still so cheap, man. The thing is, he's still playing like 35, 40 minutes a night. So he can stumble and bumble and fumble his way into 20 FanDuel points pretty easily. And if he's making his shots, boom, you took home a tournament. Wow, MKG's price has fallen down to 4.8K. 35 minutes last game, 29 FanDuel points. So him and Otto Porter, they're both clones. They both have no usage rates. They're both relatively cheap, and you're getting them at a bargain on this slate. Now, the problem is the slate dictates who I play. I think there's just better guys. Tari and Prince. So you can't ask for a better spot. He's played 38 minutes against Brooklyn at 33 FanDuel points. So without Millsap, without Bazemore, without Cephalosha, he's going to play as 35 minutes, and he's 3.8 freaking K. It's almost a lock and load. I mean, it's going to be really hard for me to fade him against Phoenix. Way up in pace. It's just such a good play. And man, how the mighty have fallen. Mo Harkless, 3.6K. He was like 5K 2 weeks ago. He's been a mess. Power forward, Jokic, 10.3K. You know, the Jokic-Nurkic battle. This will be awesome to watch. Obviously, they both were on Denver earlier this year. We've seen them both stink. We've seen them both great. The problem is they both just going to follow each other out in this game. I don't know what's going to happen. Jokic, to me, he's overpriced. Do I want to pay 10.3K? Not really. Will I play him in a couple tournaments? Sure. But would I prefer to spend my money elsewhere? Probably I would. I mean, yeah. Draymond Green. I mean, for instance, you could save 2.6K and get Draymond Green in the highest over-under of the night over Jokic. So, you know, Draymond Green's, to me, this is a game he should excel in against Houston. So, Houston's probably going to go small. Draymond Green can play the 5. He should put up a big number here. I love Draymond Green. And I never play Draymond Green, like ever. Dario Saric, 7.3K. Him and Covington, the same thing. I don't know. Philly needs to lose games. So I'll play him in a lineup or two, but I'll be nervous as hell about the minutes. Fat Randall, whatever. I don't really want to pay 6.9K for Randall on this slate. But you can do it. Tournaments if you want. James Johnson, that's the one guy I never get right. He's 6.2K. This Miami-Detroit game, while it's important in real life, I do think the pace is going to stink. I mean, James Johnson excels in fast-paced games. This does not seem to be the game for him. But he's still going to get 32 to 35 minutes. Miami needs him. Holmes, if Holmes is still starting for Okafor, if Okafor's out, 5.7K, that price tag is not cheap. But it's Brooklyn, so he's fine. Just beat any Philly guy. Just know what you're getting into on this slate that they need to lose. So, my recommendation would be if you have a lineup, don't play one Philly guy, play 2, play 3, stack the game. You know, hope Philly plays a couple guys over 30 minutes. You know, don't just play one. Then you have 8 guys in your lineup go nuts and have the one guy be a Philly bum. You're gonna be freaking irate. By the way, I failed again. It's already been over an hour on this show. Gosh darn it. Failed again. Foiled. Marquise Chris. I'm telling you, I'm going to stack this Phoenix game. The one guy from Phoenix, if you're, Booker, Ulis, and Warren, they're safe. And Chris is the one guy, his minutes are still fluctuate a little bit. He never gets over 30, especially if Warren plays. He gets in foul trouble, does stupid things on the court. The last 2 games have not been good for him. So, but the price is still good, and the upside's there. So he's risky, but 5.1K is very fair price for him. Gorgie Dang. Why a lot of you guys love to call him Dong. I don't know why. To me, he's just sleepy. He's been better lately. Last 2 games have been good, but he played Portland and Lakers, 2 teams that you love that we can attack their big guys. So he's fine. It's just he makes me want to fall asleep, and it's 5 in the morning. I'm exhausted as it is. He is cheap, and we play in Indiana. Who do we attack from Indiana? Power forwards. Thaddeus Young he's missing in action. So Dang actually is you know what? He is. Where is it? Where's the music? I wasn't going to do it, but I have to. I have no choice. The slate dictates who becomes A sneaky ninja. That's right. Gorgie Dang, my sneaky ninja of the day. Sneaky and sleepy ninja. Other than that, Ursan, man, I've still been playing Ursan. You guys probably haven't. He's 4.8K. Last game, he had 18 freaking rebounds. Now, he still couldn't shoot the ball. He missed like every shot he took. I'm watching the game. I'm screaming, make a shot. I'm literally dying here, guys. So, last game, 32 minutes, 9 points, 18 boards, 31 Fandom points. At that price, his whole career has been a fantasy point per minute monster. Remember, how many times do I have to freaking say it? Atlanta has no Bazemore, no Millsap, no Cephalosha. They need scoring. Hello, Ursan. He could put up against Phoenix 40, 45 Fandom point explosion. Atlanta needs to win games. So I love this play. He's not going to be my can't miss play of the game, play of the day. I think he was a couple weeks ago or last week, but I love it again. Like I'm not going to go off that guy. I'm not. I'm stubborn. That's about it though. I'm not. Thad Young's down to 4.2K. If you want to play that monster, he's going to probably go nuts at least one time just to troll us all. Center, Towns, 10.5K. Man, I would love watching Towns play Miles Turner, two of the most athletic 5 men out there. He's totally fine. I have nothing else to say about it. Do I love the play? I don't know. I'm not really. He's expensive, man. I mean, it's just like this slate. There's a lot of guys that excite me, and he's not exciting me right now. Ask me tomorrow. Whiteside, 8.8K. I like attacking Sleepy Drummond, that's for sure. Whiteside has been just so rock steady the last like 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's like a guaranteed like 40 Fandom points. So does he have the upside to help me win a tournament? That's what I just don't know. I'm asking it already, but I know he's not going to kill my lineup, and I know Drummond's not going to be awake. So he's in an elite spot. Speaking of Drummond, if he can stay awake, I mean, every Detroit guy, play at your own risk at this point. I do like attacking Whiteside. I will have one lineup of Drummond just in case. Dwight Howard. So all the Atlanta guys, man, the problem with Dwight is not like his usage. He's not going to develop a post game after 14 years in the league, right? His back's not going to be healed. So Dwight will be fine. He will give you between 30 and 40 Fandom points. The one thing is, if Phoenix goes small, does Atlanta go small? I don't know. I think Dwight gets over like 30, 32 minutes anyway, like any way you look at it. So he'll be totally fine. He should smash them, but has he smashed anyone this year? I don't know. Nurkic. I mean, the problem with Jokic is like what, 3.6K more than Nurkic? Nurkic is 6.7K. Give me the savings, man. Now they are different positions, at least on FanDuel. Now why Jokic? Why the hell is Jokic still a power forward, by the way, on FanDuel? He's been playing center the entire freaking year, basically, especially since Nurkic got traded. So what's that about, FanDuel? It's just idiotic. But to me, I'm a little nervous that Nurkic is going to get in foul trouble, and Jokic, quite honestly. But Portland needs to win. Denver needs to win. Nurkic is as a monster's upside. He's probably going to be pretty pumped up, right? Denver did trade him. They did get rid of him. They did choose Jokic over him. So, if you want to play the narrative game, Nurkic, a really good spot for him, man. Miles Turner, how you take down a tournament, right? So you have 3 guys the same price at 6.7K. Now, the professionals, the guys who do this for a living, they will play all of them. They will play Nurkic, Turner, and Lopez. They'll have the exact same lineup and play one of them in each. Now, a lot of us, we don't have the bankroll to do that. If you do, if you can play, especially this time of year, 3 lineups and get one of them in each, I would do that rather than you play one $3 tournament. Just because, again, my philosophy is you play a tournament to take it down. You take down tournaments by playing guys low owned. Nurkic, Turner, Lopez, the ownership is going to vary greatly on those 3 guys. Turner's coming off a monster game, so his actually may be relatively, and it's not gonna be high, but it's gonna be higher than it would have been a week ago because he's coming off really 4 straight consistent games, good consistent games. So I think Turner's in a good spot. Lopez, no one's gonna play. But who do we like to smash? Philadelphia centers, right? We like Okafor, Holmes, doesn't matter. So all these guys, Nurkic, Turner, Lopez, are in really good spots. I would play each of them in one lineup. Now, if I had to choose, give me Nurkic, man, because he has monstrous upside. Now, all three of these guys have an upside, but I would rank them Nurkic. Oh, it's so hard, but I got to go Lopez 2 because of the Philly centers, and then Turner 3. But man, I like all three of those guys. We could play the Beeler Booker game with 3. Man, maybe next show we'll have the Beeler Booker game with 3 contestants. I mean, no, we couldn't. No, I take that back. We couldn't do it because then we have to change the whole name of the game. It'd be Beal or Booker or who's another shooting guard? Beeler, Booker, or Clay. That's not the same. I don't like it. Other than that, Clint Capella, he's still. I mean, he's been under-owned. He doesn't play a lot of minutes. He still gets you like close to 30 Phantom points a night. So he's in a decent spot here. The problem is the minutes are just a huge issue, but a nice tournament play. Big Sauce Williams, the mystery of Big Sauce Williams, 5.4K. It's fine. Judging it, if you believe the ownership that everything's been on the up and up and nothing's been rigged, he's been like under 5% owned every slate. And the last 2 games, he's been back to being good ever since the mystery's been solved. So if he can get you like 30 Phantom points, will that be enough? I don't know, but it's not going to kill your lineup. Other than that, Zeller's still in play, man. 5.3K. He's the last 2 games, he's been really good. 34, 37 Phantom points. Man, center is loaded. This slate is there's so many good guys going on this slate. This is a fantastic slate. Options galore. And that's about it. I mean, like I guess Zubac's down here as well, 4.4K. If you want to go that route. But that's, the problem is playing, I don't know what his Zubac's upside is these days. The minutes are an issue. And there's a serious opportunity cost issue as well. But yeah, if I'd roll Zubac in a tournament. It can't hurt. All right, that's it. That's the slate. A delicious slate. This might be the best Tuesday slate I've seen all year. I mean, it's phenomenal. So remember, Tuesday's your last day to practice some head-to-heads. Wednesday, the Judges Chambers Bracket Challenge will kick off. If you have any questions regarding anything related to my new website, the Chambers, anything else, let me know. Otherwise, it's 5:01 a.m. Eastern. I am exhausted. I need to go to bed. So hope you made some money on Monday. Let's achieve glory on Tuesday. For the bailiff, for the judge, court is adjourned.